Oh, hello. Quickly, let me go live on Instagram. I always forget how to do it. Go across there. So Facebook are going to pop you up on my book, turn you the right way. Who've we got on? Anybody on? Oh, I've not got my water. I need my water. Susan Gullick, get in for a gold. Gold. Gullick gets the gold. That's got a nice ring to it, isn't it, Susan? Hi, Michelle Dewsbury, you're a silver. And Susan Samuels. Shame it's not a silver because that would have been lovely alliteration. But Susan, sorry, Summers, not Samuels. Getting mixed up. You've got a bronze. Hi, Sue and Leslie. A couple of Leslies on back to back. Christina, good morning. Hi, Kat and Julie and Dawn and Kim and Tasha. Yeah, Susan's got a medal at last. Lovely, Tasha. How are you? Lovely to see you on. Hi, Christine and Ali. Let's see who we've got on Instagram. Shirley Williams has gone and got a gold. I think Montague Physio has got a silver. And Susan Keller has got a bronze. Lovely. Hi, Lisa and Cherry and Nicola and Kate. Kate Rabbit. Hi, Sue. I know Howarth. I think I know that's Sue. I know a few people on Instagram, but I don't know a lot of the handles, obviously. Hi, Nicola. How are you? Right then. How is everybody? You can let's start on the off. Did you smash it or tell me what shite you ate yesterday? And I don't mean if you ate something really, or do I? Mindfully, but come on, let's just start off with this. Did you smash it? We're all waiting for Marie Pritchard to come, so I'm a bit later than I normally would be, just because I've got back from a walk and then got sidetracked with Simon just about to leave for his work, and then some other stuff that I had to do. So hi Lois, how are you? So please do share it if you want. So I'm a bit late. I don't like doing them this late. I'd rather get them nearer to 9:30. But so let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Christina smashed it. She ate really healthily. Kat D smashed it. Oh, Kim's, I'm hiding out while the joiners sorting the kitchen chaos. It's exhausting. Kim, isn't it bizarre? I mean, it's not a complaint because I feel so bloody grateful that we're getting a new kitchen. But it really is. We're into our 5th week of it now, and there's been a bit of a downturn. They've gone on to another job, and I'm just thinking, oh, come back, because there was 3 issues with 3 different things, and now they've been delivered. We just want them to come and do it. And I don't know, it's just bizarre how it affects you, because it's the biggest part of your house, isn't it, the kitchen? And when you don't have one and you're washing up in the kitchen, in the bathroom sink, I mean, we've just made a green juice this morning, because obviously you don't have to cook that, but even doing that, it's such a faff. And the little sink, and it's everywhere. And yes, Leslie Ann is day 3, feeling amazing. Susan Gullick, I did have a jam donut, but it was the first cake in weeks and it was lush. Well, that's lovely. Nothing wrong with that. Julie's bloody smashed it again. Look at that, Julia. Really good. Ali, I've been good. Now, do you know what, Ali? That's a really good point that you say that. Now, I always ask people to just be wary of the terminology they use. So I never say being good. I used to do in my diet days. I'd say, oh, I've been really good today. I just want to be really good. Oh, I've been bad. There's no good or bad. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you bad if you face planted a tin of Lindor balls. It doesn't. It's just, it is what it is. So this is to everybody. Morning, Jane. Hi, Sally. I'm glad that you're enjoying them. Ali's doing a pantry cupboard. Lovely, Billy Jane. Morning. So Tasha's renovating out 4.5 months to renovate a house. But yeah, so we'll stay away from the good and bad analogies and cheat days, things like that. Cheat days and cheat meals. It makes you feel like you're guilty, that you're cheating. No, if you literally want an egg button, Lindor balls, and a bag of kettle chips and a big piece of cake, go and have it. It doesn't make you bad, it doesn't make you good. It's not bad choice. It's just choices that you make. And it's whether you're willing to accept the constant consequences of those choices. It's as simple as that, you know. So started to watch. So Lainey says she's using a new product called Killer Vanilla. It takes away sugar cravings. I can tell you now I won't like the sound of that. Have you looked at the ingredients, Lainey? Anything that sort of takes away your sugar cravings, it's just because a lot of them, so there's a very mixed thing of whether sugar's addictive. Are you addicted to it or are you not? And there's so many mixed views on it, so I don't even get into it. I know when I rely on it, just like when I used to rely on alcohol and when I don't. But yeah, anything that takes away, a processed product that takes away something, in my book, isn't worth putting in your system, really. But not wanting to judge, Lainey, you do you. There's no right or wrong. And this is why I don't offer diet plans to people, because some people might be high carb, some people might prefer low carb, some people are plant-based, other people love the keto way of eating. And that's a big example for me. You get the vegans on this side. I mean, I'm primarily plant-based or primarily vegetarian. Obviously, I eat my ice cream and stuff, and I'll eat a steak when I go out. I'm not 100%, but all my gustos, I choose a plant-based. I eat a plant-based at home majority of the time. But then, yeah, of course, I'll have an ice cream and a fillet steak. So, but on the whole, I tend to be over on the plant-based vegetarian side. And then, which I've done before, you get the keto brigade, which are, high protein, very high fat, and minimal carbs, literally under 5-10% carbs. And I've done that before, and you do drop weight on it. But who's right and who's wrong? You couldn't get two more opposite ends of the diet spectrum. But who is? There's no right and wrong, because I know some keto people who are super fit, super healthy. And then I know lots of vegans who are incredibly fit and healthy. But do you know what the one common denominator is? They're not eating processed shit. They're not chuffing the faces with loads of Mars bars and curly whirlies and ice cream every day. So that's the thing. So they're very aligned in the fact that they don't eat a lot of processed food. So, I think we can all get too caught up. It's a stick like Vicks, you sniff it. Oh, Lainey, I love it. I do. Let's sniff a stick and take away your sugar cravings. Yeah. I'm not laughing at you, Lainey. I promise I'm not. I really am not. But it's just the stuff. And do you know what, Lainey? If it works for you, just keep doing it. Honestly, whatever works for you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There's so many people ready to jump on if you're doing this and you're doing that, especially if you're not confident with it. It's you've just got to do what works for you. Yeah, Shirley Williams prefers eating balanced eating, protein, carbs and fat, and it is. And also, never mind this one diet fits all, so doesn't want to fit all one person. But do you not find you as an individual change? You change from, of course you do, because what I needed and wanted even 5 years ago or 10 years ago is completely different. Now I'm menopausal. And it's a huge difference. It really is. I find it's a big difference. Let's have a look. So one thing I just wanted to mention today. So anybody, am I getting any sustenances that people? Oh, Susan had a jam donut, loved it. So well done on the people who are smashing it. Don't worry if you're not. We get another day every day. So Billie Jane, I can't have so much sweet stuff because it makes me feel bad. They're just, Billie Jane, we know it's all with how you approach to eat it. I mean, I can't ever imagine not having ice cream, and it makes me feel ace. It does. But I just know if I have it too often, then the consequences of that is that it might give me a low mood. And it does. It affects my skin. It affects everything. And it affects me. What then the knock-on effect of that? It's all to do within the attitude with which you eat it, I think. So brilliant. So what I want to just say is that I've been out and done my walk this morning. Look, I've got my Move More sheet for November. And this morning I've done my walk, my HIIT 3, which is only 10 minutes, and I'm doing a yoga happy back challenge. So just 15, 20 minutes of yoga every other day I'm doing it. I'm alternating it with my Qigong, especially for my back. I love stuff like that. I'm a sucker for buying stuff on Instagram. You know, when you see these £29 things, a bit like my motivated menopause, really. It's that sort of thing. I do get them. I'll do get little HIIT challenges. I'll get like the Lucas Rockwood, who's yoga body. I've got a bit of his stuff because I think he's really good. And I've just found these myself. You know, you do your own research, don't you? And so I've bought a couple which have been crap. So, you know, but other stuff I really like. And yeah, I do them. And it's all about creating a habit. Now, I'm walking and running every day. I always get out. Even on a rest day, I will still do my 10,000 steps. Unless I'm ill, like when I had COVID, I did like 1,000. Or unless I'm just having a total day off, which is really rare, because I still like to get out and walk for my mental health more than anything, because I just love it. Why wouldn't you? I'm sat now, the sun's out, the blind's down because the sun had been in my eyes. So I'm in this room. This is a north-facing, well, sort of an east-facing room. And in an hour or so, it'll be really quite dark in here. And yet it's blue sky outside. So I can feel myself going a bit like this, unless it's pissing it down, of course. And I love that feeling where you're in and your blinds are shut, get your lamp on. So yeah, I do love to go outside. It just makes me feel better. And I think a lot of people just don't do it enough. I'm so passionate about getting outdoors, whether it's walking, running, Nordic walking. And, you know, we were talking about yesterday about how hard you perceive it to be not to eat shit. You know, how many of you want to lose weight? But the reason you don't lose weight because you eat too much. I mean, you might not like to hear that, but it's the truth. Yeah, you get the odd person who says, oh, I'm big boned, or it's my thyroid. It's a tiny percentage, tiny percentage. Obviously, you might have an injury, like I had my back this time last year and I put 1.5 stone on because I felt sorry for myself because I could not move. Literally, it took me 40 minutes to get out of the car because my back was so bad. It went on for weeks and I put 1.5 stone on. I needn't have put 1.5 stone on. I needn't have eaten shit, but I felt sorry for myself. So I did. And it's, you know, I don't regret it. It's what I chose to do. But I put 1.5 stone on. That's the consequences of all that stuff in my face because I felt sorry for myself. Genuinely, I did, because I couldn't move and I got really low and it was crap, you know, but I sorted that out afterwards. But I needn't have done that. I needn't have put weight on. So if you're carrying more weight than you want, it's because you're not moving enough and you're eating too many calories for the majority of people. So please remember I say that, you know, obviously we can't just blanket it. And I get what it's like if you're depressed and you don't want to go out. I get that. That happened to me 5 years ago. I went to bed for 3-4 months, didn't do anything. So I get that. But I'm talking about the majority of people. So what people, a lot of people I know assume that they just want to feel better, It really does make a difference. Paul, I've got here whole plant-based foods, no processed foods, nothing with a label. Yeah, always a good way to go. Let's have a look. And Shirley says, they say if you shove your nose in a coffee jar, takes away any cravings. Selena, you could do that. Lane says she was sceptical about it, but agree with you. It's all balanced, whatever suits. I still love a pudding and will have it if I want. But if you keep sniffing that thing, Lane, you're never going to want a pudding. So, do you know what I think it is, Lainey? Do you know why I think things like that work? It's the same as just interrupting your thought pattern. All you're doing, and it's very clever because obviously they sell it, but you just it's the same principle as putting an elastic band on your wrist and popping it. It's the same principle as me saying yesterday, soon as you start, that bitch voice starts to come in, oh, do you know what? I'm going to have those Halloween sweets that are left. I'm going to have them. Do you know what? And I did that role play yesterday. So do you know what I'm going to have? As soon as before you say Halloween sweets, you just go, fuck it, it's fat, or whatever phrase you've come up with, sniffing something. It'll be a similar sort of thing. Sharon, gosh, that's a direct approach, isn't it? Sharon's GP said, stop shoveling shit into your mouth and move more and you'll lose weight. Well, do you know what? I reckon the majority of women would then go out and have a good old pie, tin of chocolates. You know, if you were spoken to that, I mean, sometimes you do need it, don't you? But yeah, that is very, very thing. Oh, Marie's on. Hello, I did all right yesterday. Now, I'm going to read between those lines, people. Marie Pritchard, who ate all my Lindor balls that she was going to give to me. I found out it was a tin, not just a box. Tin of Lindor balls. Over about a week, she ate them. But Marie, this is an honesty call. The fact that she says, hello, I did all right yesterday, that's not smashed it, is it? And I'm only picking this apart. So did you have posh snacks then, Marie? What did you have? I bet she went from Lindor balls to a naked bar. Come on, Marie, let's have it. It is psychological lane. And do you know what? If it works, then you crack on doing it. I really mean that. It isn't. It shows how powerful the mind is. Now, this is a bit of truth for you. Now, don't get all bent out of shape and don't take it personally. So if you want to lose weight, whether you want to lose 7 pounds or 70 pounds, you know, we're all different. And I don't often talk about losing weight. I talk about doing stuff for health. But at the end of the day, a lot of people don't listen to that because they just want to lose weight. Marie, that's progress. You had a small packet of chocolate rice cakes, really small, and I stopped there. Well, that's good, Marie. That's good. But we all know it's the eating of it still, that it's still that little itch that needs scratching. But I know you like chocolate rice cakes. I couldn't think of anything worse, really. I like a Snacker Jack, but I wouldn't want chocolate on it. If I was going to have chocolate, I'd rather have a Lindor ball. So, but Marie, that's a massive improvement. That's all we're looking for. We're just looking for progress. So don't beat yourself up. This isn't a sugar-free challenge, by the way. Susan had a cake and loved it. She not had a cake for ages. That, to me, is perfection. It really is, you know. So, but a lot of people, what they do, they tend to not be happy with themselves, but they keep waiting. They keep waiting for a bus that's never going to come. They keep waiting for this to wake up and feel that do you know what? I'm going to eat well. Oh, I'm going to do that. It doesn't happen. You know, if you're a hormonal woman, which we are, we've got so much going on. You have to be your own catalyst. You have to be your own catalyst. You've got to look for something that inspires you. It could be watching these videos. It could be, you know, seeing Susan, the fact that she's eaten a cake and loved it and she's not had one for ages. Could be all those things. But doesn't just happen by itself. You have to put yourself into a more receptive position. And let me explain what I mean by that. So the reason I walk so much, the reason I exercise, and some people say, oh, you're obsessed with your exercise. Well, do one, love. I'm not, you know. And if you think I'm obsessed with my exercise, then it's a nonsense, you know. Just makes your fat, lazy arse feel better. That's all why you're saying that for. And it's true. And I don't mean to offend anybody. But if you get pissed off at seeing people exercise, it's just because they're holding a big mirror up to you doing not doing any. And when I say exercise, the simplest is getting out walking. Of course it is, because that covers so many bases. It just seeing of you, feeling the sun on your face, feeling the wind in your hair, feeling the rain on your face, getting the rosy cheeks, you know, seeing the birds flying, you know, avoiding the dog shit on the pavement that you could have gone, you know. I'll never forget when Simon tripped up over a frozen pile of horse shit one winter morning and it was dark and his ankle was knackered for months, I tell you. So I shouldn't laugh really, but it was funny. But, you know, seeing, you know, like when I was in London and seeing all London coming to life and, you know, the bins being emptied and people getting the shops ready for the customers. It was just, I loved it. And then going down, running by the river, and I've just been out on the shore now, which is completely different to London. And I've just stood, and if you follow my stories, it's on there, and done the panoramic view, which no, some of you will have been to, you know, Marie and Susan, and when we've done retreats at VVV and seen Morecambe Bay. And you see all that. And even though I'm stood and I'm not exercising at that moment, I'm stood, but my heart is getting the best exercise. It's just the feeling that it gives me of, do you know, I've made the effort and now I'm experiencing this. Yes, I might not be doing burpees or anything, but it's so important for your heart and mental health. And when I say heart health, I'm not mean the cardiovascular way. I'm doing the nourishing, nurturing, that feel good in your heart. You know, it's just amazing what walking does because you've made the effort. It ticks so many boxes. It really does. So that's why I do it. And when I'm doing something like this, after I've had a period of a couple of weeks where I've been eating a lot of shite, which I've loved, it's easy to go and eat those Halloween sweets because my muscles just weakened a little bit. So it's easy to go and do it. Now, if I laid in bed, now you need to listen to this, please, because I hope I'm making sense. If I laid in bed and didn't get up till 8:30, and then Simon had gone to work, he goes out of the house on a Wednesday, and then I thought, oh, get up and walk the dog, and I just did a little walk, just took him down to the shore with a ball and stood there, and then I came back. And I thought, bloody hell, it's bloody 9:30 now, and I've not even done anything. I've not done my stretch. I've not done my little HIIT session I said I was going to do. I can't be arsed. I'm shit. I laid in. And I should have got up at 7 or 6, but I didn't. I chose to lie in, and I can't be bothered now. Oh, fucking hell. Honestly, I'm a fat, lazy bitch. I hate myself. I just can't do it. What is the frigging point? And I've got all that work to do today. I've got my email to write for Friday. Fucking hell. I don't know what to write about. I've got all the planning to do for January, and I've got to do this and that, and kitchen still isn't finished. So what's the frigging point of making a juice? I was supposed to have lemon for breakfast, and I haven't got any fucking lemons left. Oh, what's the point? And then I go and see the bowl of Halloween sweets that are still in the garage. Oh, what's the point? Fuck it. I'm just going to eat them. I'll start tomorrow. I'll get up early tomorrow. And then all of a sudden I get this fake happiness. Do you know what? I'm going to get up tomorrow. I'm going to start again. I'm going to eat what the fuck I want today. I'm going to eat all those Mars bars and the Maltesers. And do you know what? And then I'm going to drive up to Kirby and have an ice cream because I might as well, because I'll just start again tomorrow. Oh, God. And then I'll just feel shit. That's going to happen more easily if I compared to this. So this morning, my alarm went off at 6. I actually laid there for about 15 minutes this morning, just being grateful. I didn't press the snooze button. I just laid there. And then I did a 15-minute meditation. So I got up about 20 to 7 in the end. And I just got dressed and I came down and I stayed upstairs. I did my 15 minutes of yoga, came downstairs, realised my AirPods hadn't been charged. So I thought, right, I'll do my 10 minutes of HIIT while I'm waiting for my AirPods to be charged. Did my 10 minutes HIIT without even talking myself out of it. Went out for a walk for an hour and saw the lovely view, and it was brilliant. So I was back here and I was intending to do this live about 9:30, but then I got waylaid with stuff that needed doing, but that doesn't matter. And so I've done it all. So I've crossed off my stuff. What do you think the chances are now of me going in the garage and eating those Mars bars and Maltesers? I mean, this is why I do fitness, people, and people don't see that. I think people just think you do fitness and walking just to get your steps in and just to lose a bit of weight. I don't. It's like my superpower, because now I know I'm less likely to feed myself shit because I'm making the effort in other areas of my life. And that's the difference. That's why I do it. That's why I make the effort to go and walk through the wet fields and get up to the top of that little hill and overlook the Morecambe Bay and see the sun coming up, because it just feels so bloody good. I cannot tell you how good it feels. And do you know what? When I did the wake up and walk in the summer, and then one before that when we used to do the 10,000 steps before 10 a.m. I couldn't believe that women my age had never ever seen a sunrise ever. This is the best time of year, let me tell you, because you see a sunrise and a sunset both at decent times. It's just incredible. So why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you give yourself that gift? Why would you lie in bed laid when you've been laid all frigging night and then pick your phone up and start scrolling? Why? Why? Give your head a fucking wobble, people. Put your phone down, get off your arse and get out walking. Because I guarantee it will be a superpower like you've never experienced before. No burpees, no sweaty gym kit, none of that stuff. Just get outside and make the goddamn effort. And yes, of course it's an effort. Yes, of course it's easier to roll your body over and go back to sleep. But you're never going to remember the back of those eyelids. You know, that's not going to give you a memory. I've got a memory of this morning of an hour outside in the beautiful weather. And I'm going to go out again in a bit because I just want to. I'll do some work first, you know, and yes, I work for myself, so my time's more flexible, but don't start coming to me with your excuses of, oh, well, I have to be at work at 8 o'clock. Well, get up earlier then, go to bed earlier, just make it happen, get out on your lunchtime, you know, get out on your lunchtime and go and walk, whether in the streets of London or you're in the middle of Skegness. I'm not bothered. But make the effort. It's the making the effort that gives you the superpower. It really is. It's the making the effort that gives you the superpower. Jill says I'm quoting her. It's because we've all fit. Right, let me just catch up on some of these comments. Hope you don't mind. So Sally, if the family are tucking into a delicious pudding, I put a portion in a bowl and I have it for my lunch the next day. I'll still get my pudding. Brilliant, Sally. Great idea. I love that. I love delaying it because you do look forward to it. That's what I love. When I used to do no shit Monday, Wednesday, Friday, at the moment I'm stretching it out a bit because I just want to feel better quicker, you know. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I love that. No shit Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Tuesday and Thursday, it means I can have ice cream or cake if I want. It works a treat for me. No diet, no counting calories, still do my fitness. But at the moment I'm doing Monday to Friday, no crap, and then I can please myself. So Kim was doing brilliantly during lockdown, 2.5 stone off. Remember, because you're in the tribe, Kim, weren't you? I remember seeing all your early morning walks, you know, then got COVID and then pneumonia. So I was feeling rubbish for 2 months and piled a stone back on. Now I'm finally recovered. I'm getting back on track with moving and better food choices. Kim, honestly, she was in the tribe and she's again, and lovely to have her back because you can come and go in the tribe. And I remember Kim vividly because she had some lovely country tracks around her. She lives on a farm. And don't be saying, oh, well, I'd do that if I lived where you live. I hate that. You know, I've had a lot of people say that to me. Sally, I'd get up and walk early if I lived where you live. Aren't you lucky? But you wouldn't, would you, love? You wouldn't. Don't tell me that you'd get up and walk early if you lived where I live, because you bloody well wouldn't. And it's the same excuse as people saying, oh, I'd get up, but I don't like the dark mornings. Well, you never got up in summer, did you, love? So what are you trying to now convince yourself that that's a reasonable excuse? I know it hurts. If you've been saying that, you'll probably be switching off, going, I can't stand her, she's a gobshite. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. If I can inspire one person to get up and out walking like Kim Graham does, then I'm not bothered what the rest of them say. And I'm really getting better at that, because I used to be really hurt if people had said, oh, you're a gobshite, you know. Well, whatever. Yeah, Shirley, you do. You keep waiting for that switch to come on. It's not going to happen. The switch doesn't come on. So you've got to start making the effort. And I promise, once you start making the effort, the switches come on all over the bloody place. So Billy says, Billy Jane, I have to get off my fat bud and get back to my fitness because I lost it. I have to get you, Sally, back in my head and get back on track. Come on, Billy Jane, you know what it takes. Morning, Sally, went for a Nordic walk with Sylvie from the tribe and left my Fitbit charging at home. I was fuming as my recorded step count was only 6,000. It does your head in when it gets like that, doesn't it? And that's the danger sometimes. You can just sometimes become obsessed with these numbers, and it is a danger. But, you know, one day a week, I started taking my watch off, and I'll be honest, didn't really like it. So I get where you're coming from, Mo. Mandy, what about people who don't stuff their face and are still loads overweight? I don't know what you want me to say to that, Mandy, because if you're loads overweight and you are not moving, you've either got there's either a medical condition for it, which obviously I can't give any answers to, and which I would strongly suggest you see a doctor, or you might already be seeing, or people do. There are medical conditions for certain people that no matter how much they exercise and how little they eat, they're overweight. But it's the tiny. I'm not talking to those people. You know, I'm not qualified to do so because I don't know. I'm not medically trained. But the majority of people who think they don't eat a lot are kidding themselves. You know, all these little bits and pieces they do, or all these, you know, the fact that they don't move, you know, so that's for the majority. But I can't say for the minority where there is a genuine medical condition. But people who don't stuff their faces and are still eating loads, they may be eating the wrong things. They may be eating high density calorific foods, you know, which are huge. You know, you have a shake at McDonald's, you have a bloody latte at Costa. You know, you look at the calories of these drinks, they're a meal, they're a day's calories, some of them in themselves. It's horrific, these supersized meals. And don't generalize, Mandy. Now, I'm not saying that's what all these people are doing. I'm just using different alternatives. So different examples, which obviously don't apply to everybody. But the amount of people who drink these calorific coffees and wonder why they're putting weight on because they don't eat a lot, it beggars belief. It really does. So for that, I'd say that's when using MyFitnessPal is good. If anybody's unsure, MyFitness, I don't like counting calories. I don't like tracking calories because it just makes me feel like I'm on a diet. But occasionally, maybe once every 2 years, I'll get onto MyFitnessPal for a month and I just log everything. And I'm not kidding you, it's an eye-opener, especially if you've never done it before. What you like when you grab when you've done a mixed bean chili, lovely vegetarian 5-bean chili, my favourite Joe Wicks recipe. It's fabulous. I love it. When you put a handful of grated cheese on, it's incredible. When you put a bit of butter on your bread, but you put a bit more, it's unbelievable the amount of calories. So rather than just having a little sprinkling of cheese, rather than having, and that's what MyFitnessPal does. It really, really visually reminds you of where you're eating or what the invisible calories are. So Sharon walks for at least an hour every day, go dancing twice a week, eat healthy meals, unfortunately still shoveling loads of chocolate and cake in my gob between meals. Sharon, absolutely brilliant. That's what owning it is, just a bad habit. It really is. And do you know what? You can say to yourself sometimes, can't you? Well, at least I'm doing my fitness. Imagine what I would be like if I didn't do my fitness. I say that to myself sometimes. But yeah, say the other thing. Imagine what you would be like, Sharon, if you didn't shovel the shit in between meals. Just imagine. And when you're making all that effort to walk an hour a day, to go dancing, to do all the stuff, you know, it's just imagine. And that's when that phrase comes in. Don't ever leave this earth without experiencing just how amazing you can really feel. And Sharon, you doing that, you're denying yourself that feeling of being amazing, that feeling of feeling amazing. So why not do it with that as the goal? Do you know what? I really want to feel amazing. So just between now and Christmas, I'm not going to have any shit in between, or I'm going to really cut back and I'm just going to do it at weekends. I'm going to do that and just see how different it makes me feel. I'm going to carry on doing my walking. I'm going to carry on doing my dancing. And Monday to Friday, I'm not going to have any shit in between meals. And then I could do what I want at the weekends, or at least, you know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm not going to eat shit. So that's 3 days. You're cutting it down by nearly half already if you do 3 days. Sharon, 3 days of no shit in between meals, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's my challenge to you, Sharon. Can you take it up? I love giving people a challenge live on Facebook. So Sharon, because she's owning it. So Sharon, I want to know, starting from now, and it's a Wednesday today, so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, can you not have any crap in between meals? And then if you want to carry on a Tuesday and a Thursday at the weekend, eating crap between meals, you can. Who's up for that? So come on, let's wait. Lainey, when you start eating your shower gel, that's a worry. So Kim, again, this is how we're all different, isn't it? Kim says, in my experience, she needs to reboot your metabolism, trying 3 healthy meals a day with loads of water and watch for hidden calories. No snack and less unhealthy carbs works for me. No bread, cereals, rice, pasta, or white potatoes. And that's what works for you, Kim. You know what works for you because you've done it without dieting. So I'd crack on and say what works for you. I'm not afraid of carbs. I'll have big bowls of brown rice, whole wheat pasta, brown rice. Potatoes are great. They're such a satiating food, and I think if you move, for calories, for the amount of food that you get, you compare a whole bowl of that compared to a calorific sort of ready meal. So, but you've got to do what works for you. Let's have a look. Look at that. Sarah was on the cross train today and thought 20 minutes have had enough. Normally do 30 minutes. Could have easily stopped, but your voice was in my head saying how good you will feel when you do 30. So I kicked my bitch voice and did it. Sarah Matthews, I do that all the time when I'm on the treadmill and I have to listen to my own bitch voice. So well done. I know how hard it is because you think, do you know what? I've done 20 minutes, so I've made the effort and I have this little voice, which is a good little voice going, yeah, but Sally, you said you were going to do 30, so just do 30. No, 20 will do, 20 will do. But you're going to have to live with that decision all day. And it's 10 minutes. So you've got 10 minutes to decide, 10 minutes to dictate the rest of your day of you being pissed off with yourself that you gave in and just did 10 minutes short, or you're going to have the rest of the day feeling chuffed with yourself because you come off and announce it to your family, don't you? Do you know what? I was going to only do 20 minutes, but I did 30. Do you know what, Si? I did. I really nearly gave up at 20 minutes, but I didn't listen to that voice and I did it anyway. So I'm really chuffed with myself. Who does that? I actually announce it to people that I'm chuffed that I've done what I said I was going to do. I do that a lot, Sarah. I do it when I'm running. And this is the difference. So I think, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. The majority of people would listen to the voice, Sarah, and just do 20. A lot of people would just do that. So I want all you lot to be in the small percentage of people that stop listening to that shit that you tell yourself. I do, because you are in the small percentage of people. That's why there's, if you look round without judging people, there's so many people who are overweight, who don't move their bodies on a regular basis, who eat shit without realising they're eating shit and won't acknowledge that they're eating shit. They just won't. And they say that they're happy, but a lot of people aren't. Then I know people who aren't, who pretend to be happy, but they're not, because I've had emails from them. So right, so well done, Sam. I'm impressed. Brilliant. Totally agree. Right. Yeah, and that's the difference, Kim. Once you start taking action, you'll feel so much better and you probably won't even want the crap after 5 days. Why do I know Kim's saying that? Because I know she's experienced it herself. That's why she lost over 2 stone, because she's done it. And it's not using willpower. And that's when willpower, you don't need it. You put yourself into this position. And it is hard sometimes, but it's simple. This is what I love about it. This is what I love about it. It's simple but hard but simple. Something can be hard, yes. When I've got my bitch voice saying, just have the Maltesers, have the thing, they're in the garage, go and have them. Don't have the fruit, don't have the juice. Just go and have a bloody piece of toast with marmalade. Just do that, Sally. It feels hard to take the healthier option, but it's simple. It is so simple just to not eat shit Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's simple, but it can be hard. And that's what I love. There's no counting calories. There's no bloody weighing stuff out. There's none of all that shit. Driving to a village hall, being told by bloody fat Janice, who's no longer fat, that, you've put a pound on and what have you done wrong and what are you going to do better this week? Aren't you shit? You know, there's none of that stuff. Right, I'm going now. I've had enough of my own voice. So look, how's that for an abrupt end? So Sharon, I'll give 3 days ago. Thanks for the inspo. So Sharon's doing 3 days. 3 days where she doesn't shovel shit into her mouth. Pick your 3 days, people. We'll start on that. Who's going to do it? Who's going to join us? I'm doing 5 days a week. So, and just remember, all these little conditions you put on yourself are easier if you're moving your body. I absolutely guarantee it gives you a superpower cloak. If you're sat on your arse, watching loose swimming, honestly, don't come to me saying you feel shit, you're not happy with how you are, if you just sit all morning watching morning telly, unless you're depressed, because I get what that feels like and I'm not judging anybody. But if you're just in a bit of a funk and you can't be bothered, be frigging bothered. Be arsed. Either be arsed or be pissed off. Which would you rather be? Be arsed or be pissed off? Your choice. Right, there you have it. You're getting it in the neck. Look, Claire's in for 3 days. Brilliant. Lorraine's in for 3 days. Eve does a crown green bowls. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. So thank you, Instagram. Thank you, YouTube. And thank you, Facebook. I'll come back in and have a look at the comments, even though I've seen a lot of them this time. All right, then. Where's my phone? Oh, it's there on Instagram. Have a great day. I might see you tomorrow. I might not. I'll see. Nancy's coming home tomorrow just for a night or two. She's coming home for one of her friends' birthdays. So she'll be bossing me around. So I'll see. All right, then. Lots of love, and I will speak to you soon. But remember, how can you get your superpower? Get out the door and get your fresh air behind your eyeballs. It will never, never fail. I promise. Lots of love. Right, there's to Instagram. Look at me with a concentration face. And to Facebook and YouTube.